Okay, so here's my perspective / advice if anybody cares. I took a month off of rideshare. I might have did a few hours each week, but I took a month off because I just wanted to kind of regroup and see what's going on in this place and look at it from a different perspective, you know. We already knew they were going to try to shoot Trump because it was all leading up to that. And like I said, the left is nothing but insanity. I mean, you know they're crazy when they try to change Adam and Eve to Adam and Steve. You know they're crazy when they try to change a man to the woman and woman to the man. You know they're insane. And anybody they vote in office is going to be just as insane as they are. And so now they're trying to get rid of the president. He's not going to run. So you couldn't trust them to make the right decision on which president to vote for the first time. Why would you trust the next one? These people are sick. So the left is going crazy in the political party. And if the left is going crazy in the political party, it's a fractal. So the left is going to go crazy in 3D, in your 3D experience. Because they're crazy. They're delusional. All they care about is lovers of pleasure, pleasers of men. They hate the truth. And they're going to lie, cheat, and steal, and try to steal, kill, and destroy. They'll try to do anything they can to destroy you. Put you in jail. Anything. This morning I watched 4 videos that showed up on the screen about police arresting some people. And every one of those women that they arrested, and I didn't pick the videos, they just showed up. There was 4 women they arrested, and they were all Jezebels. They were all lying. They were all playing games. The games that they could play with their daddy or their boyfriend or their baby daddy or whatever. And where did the word baby daddy even come from? What is that? Why is that even acceptable? Why does that even come out of anybody's mouth, you know? So they want to steal, kill, and destroy. Jezebel spirit is rampant. The Democrats are losing power. It looks like God is punishing them. God is bringing judgment on them. And they're all going crazy. And instead of them taking the judgment from God, they're going to try to project it onto you. If you're a saved man or a saved woman, you're under attack right now. It's getting ready to happen because they know the judges are doing right. The people are waking up, and they're waking up to all the lies of the system, medical system, education system, all of it. So my suggestion would to get strong, walk around the block, whatever you got to do, get out of debt, pay off your debt as much as you can, fight to be free, right? Struggle to be free if you have any debt. Don't move no Jezebel in with you. If it's a saved woman, don't marry some unsaved man. If it's a saved man, don't let Jezebel cross the threshold. Here's the way you can test Jezebel, really easy. I'm an expert on Jezebel. They will use flattery. They will try to flatter you. They will future fake. They will love bomb. Here's one thing that nobody talks about, but they do this. They try to find out what you like Let's say you like playing pool, or let's say you like watching football, or it'll be a conversation, and a week or two later, or a month later, or even 2 months later, they'll say, "Yeah, I like to play pool." Whatever you said a month or two ago, just in a casual conversation, they remembered it, and they're just repeating back to you what you like and saying they like it just to try to get their foot in the door. I promise you, that's never just. I don't think I've ever heard anybody talk about that. No narcissist channel or no psychologist channel. That's what they do. I paid attention, and the way that you pay attention. See, all the Jezebels that I've ever known, they always try to get their husband or their boyfriend drunk so they can act crazy, and then say, "Oh, that didn't happen. You were drunk." Or you didn't. They can say stuff and do stuff, and they're the ones who's caused the chaos, you know. And I'm sure the saved women have dealt with crazy men. I can only speak from a man's perspective, so the crazy women can make their comments about the crazy men. The saved women can make their comments about the crazy men out there. But from a man's perspective, Jezebel's always playing these games, and she's not just doing it to you, she's doing it to 3 or 4 at the same time. If you wait long enough, you're talking to one of them, and come to find out she's got a boyfriend, but she's talking to you. But he don't know about you. You didn't know about him until it just somehow or another bleeps out. And it might even be a husband. Because they don't want to leave one. See, it's all about security, right? They don't want to leave one until they secure another one. But if they did it to them, they're going to do it to you. One of the easiest ways to catch anybody on anything is the way they treat others is how they're going to treat you. And then the other thing is, birds of a feather flock together. The way they treat others is how they're going to treat you. One sign of a Jezebel, she interrupts you when you're talking. She doesn't care what you say. She'll flatter you and talk and say, "Oh, you're handsome, you're strong, you're a good man, yeah, blah blah." And she's talking to all this junk to try to flatter you. But then when you just try to have a conversation about finances or health or eating or food or something normal, something healthy, she don't want to hear it. She'll interrupt and she's got something else to say. Look, it's a Jezebel Gentile system. And if a Jezebel system has been here since the Roman Empire, what do you think's happening? And before the Roman Empire, but I'm saying if it's been here, we know since the Roman Empire, because they put Jesus on the cross. It's a Jezebel Gentile system, and Apostle Paul told you. Then what is it going to do? The system, the culture is going to make copies of itself, and so you're going to be surrounded by Jezebels everywhere all the time. You're going to have people in the Pentecostal church that are Jezebels. The legalistic churches, Jezebels. The traditional churches, Jezebels. You're going to have these men who were compromised by their wives to compromise and water down the truth because their wife is a Jezebel. He's afraid to leave and get away from Jezebel because she'll lie and throw him in jail. And that's why I say, I was watching these police videos. The women were lying on the men. I'd almost say keep a camera in your house, record everything that's going on. It's gotten to that point almost. Trying to put the man in jail, even though they're the ones who started all the problem and started hitting. It's the Amber Heard actually revealed. Amber Heard really brought it back to a level playing field, even though it should have happened before that. Everybody saw it. Everybody knew. I've talked to a lot of people in my life. The single men are happier than the married men. I promise you. I've talked to them. They won't tell you that. They're not going to tell you that. But I promise you. Why? Because it's the culture. It shouldn't be that way. The married man should be happier than the single man. But you see what Apostle Paul said in 1 Corinthians 7. It's better for a man to stay single. If you can find a saved woman, a spirit-filled saved woman, good luck in this culture. But, you know, if you can find, I'm talking to the men now, the women, the saved women listen to me, you know what's right. You already know how these women are because you work with them. You know what they say and what they do. It's easy to catch it. It's a fractal. I've had 120 some jobs because I've always worked 2 or 3 jobs through college and everything. And I heard the same, and doing the Uber for rideshare and almost 10 years. I listened to them, the college kids, the college girls. I mean, I'm talking about rich college girls talking like street whores, street harlots. Most of the women in a Gentile country are harlots. They're harlots, and they use that to survive. And if you talk to any man, any married man, any man, he's going to tell you the same thing. They're not going to tell you to your face. They're not going to tell you. They're not going to admit it, but they think it. They know what's going. They know the jig. The jig is up. This is why those channels about MGTOW and alpha males are so popular now, because men have woken up because of Amber Heard and all, that the Gentile nation is nothing but the Jezebel spirit. Now, most of these men, they have the Jezebel spirit too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not attacking the women only. It's the only reason I had to deal with these Jezebels when I was married and dating them was because evidently I had some kind of rebellious in my heart, some kind of Jezebel in my heart. So I kept reflecting back the kind of women that I didn't want. But God allowed me to go around the mountain and around the mountain to wake me up, you know, that most people in your reality are not healthy. And they can talk a big talk. I mean, the fact that when Facebook first came out, everybody was doing these selfies, right? Faces or selfies or whatever. Everybody's doing a selfie, you know. And now it's become such normal. They normalized it so much that as the Bible says, in the last days, mankind will be lovers of self, lovers of pleasure, despisers of God, haters of God, truce breakers, breaking covenants. And they're going to blame somebody else. The victim, heard somebody make a comment, and they said the victim mindset always has to flip it around and blame the other person, because they're forever a victim. And so whether it's the victim mindset, whether it's the Karens or the Kevins of the world, they're always a victim, and they always want to blame you or somebody else, because they can't break the victim mentality. They can't take responsibility. And we're not just talking about women, we're talking about across the board. Now, I'm going to a restaurant. This will be video 1 of 3, I guess, because I got a lot to say. I'm going to this restaurant, and if it doesn't look healthy, see, I go to a restaurant daily, and it's a bunch of insanity. The way those people act and talk, it's like, why am I even going here? I'm not going to go in here. If I go pay money for a restaurant, I want a decent environment. I don't want a bunch of insanity. So I'm going to go in this restaurant. If it's a decent environment, I'm going to sit down and eat. If it's not, I'm going to walk out. And that's the way you need to do with these people. These people are crying wolf right now. Right now, you better get strong. Better pay off debt. The economy, I don't know if it's going to get, if the Democrats put somebody else in, the economy's going to get worse. Maybe if Trump gets voted in, the economy will get better. I don't know if we're going to have a war or what, but my suggestion is get out of debt, get strong, and sever ties with the unsaved. Don't just do the basic conversation that you have to do. If you're in the grocery store, tell them how Jesus saves. That's all I can tell you. Because it's getting ready to get crazy. You can see how crazy it is with the political party. And so it's a fractal. You see how the Democrats are going crazy, fighting each other. And so it's getting ready to get crazy.